Little tidbit for the people listening. Me and Pierre just listened to Zutomayo, Darken. That's the name of the song. Darken's the name of the song. Zutomayo is the name of the artist. And it's just like this anime music video. Fantastic story going on. Would highly recommend. Zutomayo, I've been listening to their stuff for a while. It's like a self-contained anime. We didn't record this part, but Pierre was just saying how these kind of videos could be broken down and discussed in their own right. So
yeah, for
maybe
sure.
in the future. Because it would be a nice extension of like, we're doing anime. We're also trying to do other genres as well. So an anime music video could be like a bridge to the more music side of things. So
Yes.
But yeah, check it out.
No, that's true. That's true. I didn't hate it. like I would hate these
People
things.
loved it. He was
Yeah,
crying.
it was pretty sick. I actually shed a tear for the one we saw. Yeah, I guess you can even put the link for the one that we did just watch. They're very quick. A lot happened. It doesn't even feel rushed. The story was
4
beautifully
minutes.
told, without words. Just nice melodies and just scenes. Even the graphic was sick, actually. Yeah, I like the usage of like the profound colors, as in they were like not dark colors, but they were like bright colors. But
Yeah, it's amazing how anime is like Steins Gate and like Steins Gate, Attack on Titan, and then these music videos that Japan has really elevated the medium of like animation, because a lot of people, especially in America, they tend to associate animation with cartoons,
right.
and they don't. What I've noticed is that people don't naturally respect the medium because they associate it with cartoons, which is associated with kids. So I like introducing people to incredible stories like Steins Gate, or even the music videos, because it helps to wash away that initial perception of like cartoons and anime, and it brings it into a more serious light. It's great. This is such a fantastic medium. There's so much you could do with artwork, and because you're not constrained by budget. Well, I mean, you are in a sense, but like if you want to draw a world, it would be a lot easier to bring your vision to life
Right.
than it would be like in the real world where you have like objects, and it's just a lot. There's so much you can do with the medium. So I'm glad that we have things like Steins Gate that can help prove just how beautiful it can be.
Christian,
But-
this is true. This is true.
Yeah, and speaking of Steins Gate, that's why you're here. So let's start with episode 6. It's
Episode 6.
yeah, I'm thinking maybe in the future we could just group up more episodes.
Okay.
I don't know. We could talk about it afterwards. But right now we're doing 6 and 7.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. We can. I guess it's a time thing, right? Because they don't know this because it's gonna come out the regular days that you decide to put them out. Again, this is all on Christian. Yeah, he just threw it out there this morning and said, "I took off work to do this tonight, Pierre." Which I was like, "Shit." I was like, "Okay, I'm a busy guy, but I'll crimp up 2 episodes." So this is probably why we're doing 2 episodes, not more. Christian decided to prioritize storyanalysis for once.
Yep.
Marvel at it.
Once out of the 2 years we've been doing this.
What did he say? What did he say? And what did he say? What did he tell the girl the last episode? Marvel anew at my generosity. this is what Christian's telling us right now. Like, oh man. But yeah,
I would love
it's
to
sick.
talk like Okarin. Like to
Christian,
be able
you
to tap
do.
into that if I. Well, no, he's crazy. He's
Of course.
Yeah. You know, I'm not gonna deviate too much. I want to start learning chess. 'Cause I don't know how to play.
Fucking
And
genius.
yeah, I feel like chess would just be so fun. Because Okarin, he seems like a kind of guy that would play chess in his spare time. So I'm gonna. He's inspiring me to play chess, even though they mention no such thing. Chess.
Now, the thing is, I'm wondering in the trajectory that the world is going in, that will not turn into a mental sport that loses its difficulty level. Like that goes down a few. As in, like, I hope there's not like less people, which is not hope. It feels like we're going down that road anyway. Things that are mentally stimulating, that used to be admired, don't look like they currently are or will be in the near future. So like I'm hoping when you do learn chess that you do find a ton of people who are actually like, they call them like grandmasters or something, or people who are actually like, for you to have opponents, worthy opponents, not just
Well,
yeah.
I was gonna ask you.
Honestly,
like,
Christian,
start
if you pick up
learning.
chess, I will fucking learn chess too. Yeah, anything that stretches my mind. That's dude. Stop. Fuck Christian story analysis. Listen, the break. Yeah.
And we always Or at least, like, I know we tend to call it chess-like thinking, these shows.
Yes, Christian. Yes, my favorite
Billions is
TV
a-
show of all time. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Billions is a chess game
Exactly.
between Chuck Rhodes and Bobby slash fucking Mike Prince slash Wendy Rhodes slash every character in Billions fucking is a chess player. Sacker. Bro, talk about
The
it.
core of some of our favorite shows, like Promised Neverland, Hunter x Hunter. You haven't seen the anime, but like Death Note. There's all these shows. They have this aspect of chess, or just like planning ahead, trying to outthink your opponent. Even Gungi in Hunter x Hunter, that specific game, the best arc in the anime was centered around this idea of, like, they call it Gungi, but it's
The Chimera
chess.
Ant.
The Chimera
The
Ant
king.
arc, yeah.
The
Exactly.
king and the little girl. Oof, the little girl that he ended up fucking loving,
chess.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah, and then in this show, I mean, it's I briefly touched on it, but when he was playing the game with
Yeah,
Ferris,
for Ferris.
yeah, it's, I mean, it wasn't really chess, like, but the whole point is, like, some of the best things we love about these shows is chess. So to actually learn the game and then to play it with each other, I think
Yeah.
that'd be pretty fun.
No, that'd be fucking sick, Christian. I'm down. Fuck, no, I'm putting that on my resume. Like, after I visited all 7 continents. Whenever I get to Antarctica, that's all that's left. Rich gang. Yeah, Pierre's loaded. But yeah, for sure, Christian, I'm putting fucking chess in there. What?
Yeah.
Bro, that's
Yeah.
sick. Oh, now I have motivation. Let's fucking
Good.
do it.
But so, speaking of strategies, they started their experimentation, and the plan was to try to alter the past. So, the idea was to send the winning lottery numbers back in time, and then see if it would affect their reality. So, if you were part of this lab group, would you have reservations about doing something like this, like altering the past?
Yeah, like I would actually. I would have. But I would not have any issues with that because that seems to be not a lot of people are involved. Literally, no one is involved because they won't know. The text is going back to him, so this is just for him. Yeah, I feel like whatever change would have happened is it's on such like a micro level that it would not affect the world. Yeah, he's not stepping on anything. Like he's not going back to undo. He's just receiving a text of something to play. I thought that was harmless. Yeah, I was on board for that.
And I like how he stumbled a little bit at the idea of like going for the big jackpot
Yeah.
because he wanted to keep it low key. Like when you're given this much power to change the past, that could go to a
Yes.
lot of people's heads like immediately.
Yes.
But for him, he's cautious in a really good way.
Yeah.
How you approach, because it's a pretty scary just concept to be in front of. Like when he was when it started to really dawn on him the seriousness of what they've discovered. I remember I don't know if what you said in the last episode was that you wanted him to be a little more like hesitant or a little more
Prudent. Yeah. With this whole thing, as in to not embrace it jokingly and yes, I like that
Treat it
they're
with
showing us that
seriousness.
aspect. Yes, I'm starting to love that. They did that beautifully in these last 2 episodes, and how much he cares. Like he knows what this comes with. Like he knows the level of scrutiny that like the government or the organization you say is a joke. Like what that will be for them if the world was to find out that these poor kids plus this rich girl, because yeah, Makise seemed like she got it like that. You know, she's money bags. So yeah, so he's aware of that, and I love how much he cares for Mayuri's future. Like they don't emphasize on that a lot, but every time they show it, there's this sincerity in his face. Like when he dismissed all of them in episode 6. He's like, guys, we achieved something fucking sick today, you know? So it's okay. We made the fucking crazy breakthrough, time traveling. Everyone, let's just marvel at that and go home. And of course, he doesn't get the response that he wants to. But then, Mayuri, he's like, I'm proud of you, Okarin. And he's happy.
It really
And then he
meant a
gets
lot that
sad.
you said that.
Yeah. And he's like, fuck, man. Like, I'm gonna have to like bring her into this. Just no. He's layered. I love characters like that.
And the care is reciprocated too, because I think in the next episode when he uncharacteristically tells everybody like you don't have to stay
Yeah.
here, then we see Daru call him and
For
he
money.
says like, oh, I think I forgot my wallet, can you bring it? And then he hangs up on him, and then Mayuri calls and it's like a different issue, and then we see them all at a playground and they're all calling him, as if they're apart, but really they're together in the same vicinity. So it's just showing that they care and they're trying to reach him without, making it too obvious that they care. Which I really love that, because they all care about each other, even though it doesn't, it's not obvious all the time.
That's funny. I got the caring part, but I took that differently. I took that he cared. So as soon as Mayuri calls, he tells Mayuri right away, Daru's gonna ask you for money. You don't have to give him anything.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
It's just because Daru hit me up like, hey, I forgot my wallet. Like, oh shit, he's gonna try to fucking run that play on you too. Like, don't do it. But of course, like the careness, she's like my oompa, which she fucking. The way this girl marketize is that a verb? Is it a verb? Do people say marketize? Is that a thing? Or advertise? I'll just say advertise. Okay. The way this girl advertised these oompas, English is not my first language, folks. Yeah, the way this girl advertises this oompa is insane. Like, oh, can we shoot for world peace and just deliver an oompa to everyone? They can be happy. Like, she tells him, hey, I know you're sad. Can you just embrace my oompa? And he's like, I might have to do that. Nah, bro, he cares, man. Shit. They've displayed that a lot. Yeah, especially towards her. I think they all love her. Yeah. Daru's extremely, like, sexually free, verbally, like, but he cares. They all care for Mayuri. I'm glad she's not getting abused. That's a strong
care
word.
For each other.
Yeah, they do.
Even
they do.
Makise, like,
yeah, she's growing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it would be hard not to, right? If you were in this, if you got sucked into this little group, it'd be hard not to love this little cast of characters.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially Okarin. He's just such a fun guy to be around.
Yeah, yeah, can be annoying, but yeah, that's true.
Yeah, annoying in a fun way though.
That is true.
But it might not. It might not be everybody's cup of tea.
He really would not. It really might not. Yeah. Some folks, shit. There are some parts in the world where he might just be bullied for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like young Sheldon, pretty much. If he's honestly,
yeah.
He does give me some autistic vibes at time. Like when she was crying. Yeah, when she was crying, he was like, Daru, why is this woman crying in front of us? Like he's not picking up on these cues. But that might have just been a joke too, I guess. Mm-hmm. No, but yeah, it's really nice. It's nice. Yeah. It is some crazy shit. What the fuck did they do? Before you get to your next step, man, they keep showing one girl's legs, Christian. Kiryo Moyega, Agent double 5? 005.
Double finger? Or a shining
finger? Shining finger, sure. Like your Agent 005, I think that's what he crowned her. Like, bro, I'm getting strong Ubel vibes. They literally keep doing this.
Ubel vibes?
Yeah. No, from the in Freeman, they kept showing between the legs of Ubel. Like, the camera would... I'm just like, why are we doing this?
She's very curvaceous, yeah.
Yeah. For an anime, they drew her so, too. Like, when Daru came out of that supermarket the first time around, and he's like, who is this? I think... Did he say she has an ass that you can see from the front? Is that something else?
I think he said she has an ass, like a spankable ass.
Right.
Which is a very bold thing to say.
Man, this guy's stretching it, man. There's like a lawsuit coming for Daru. But it is what it is. No, that is true. That is true. They are really having fun. Oh. Okay, where were you going to take us?
So there was just that little moment in the supermarket when he looked at the gel, like the jelly food, and then he got flashbacks to the experiment. Like, because it's just showing this is really... He's very aware of how intense this is and how serious what they're stepping into. I think this is actually right before when we were talking about earlier how he's starting to really consider the depth of what is happening here. But yeah, and then that's when Shining Finger, we got to see those curvaceous shots of hers. And then I guess, I mean, the dialogue is always amazing, and they always connect like important scenes together. Because there was that moment with Suzuha and what is he called, the shopkeeper? It's not Dr. Braun, it's Mr. Braun. Yeah. Mr. Braun. And there was a moment where Mr. Braun was like, do you guys have an elephant up there? Because if you do, it's a breach of contract. And Okarin, of course, always quick with it, always quick with the comebacks. He says something crazy, like he names a very specific like subspecies of an elephant, or whatever that was called. And well, yeah, just fantastic dialogue as always. But then we get to the experiment, where we learn a couple new things. Like 1 second on the timer is 1 second in reality, so 1 minute and 30 seconds equals 5 days.
Yes.
So that's huge. And also, they're limited to 36 characters. So if they were to try to alter the past, it would have to be something like what they did with the lottery ticket. But then there's also, after the experiment, Okarin had this dream where we don't know all the context around what was happening there, but some things were mentioned, like Okarin said, "Is this an event horizon?" And because the imagery was like him getting sucked into a black hole,
Yes.
and there was a voice that was speaking to him that was like, "Don't panic," basically trying to calm him down. And then he said, "Is this an event horizon?" And an event horizon is the boundary around a black hole, and in this boundary, nothing can escape, even light. So, what that means as far as his dream, we don't know yet. But it's quite an interesting thing to show us, because there's things happening with Okarin that are very unique to Okarin with these experiments. Like, he's the only one who remembers.
Yes.
And then in the beginning, he's the only one who was in this limbo state of the world where there wasn't any people, but the architecture was still there.
Right.
And he was getting flashbacks of this experience when he started to realize that he's the only one who's like carrying these memories with him. But yeah, there's so now we are getting like clear evidence that world lines are shifting. Like there's the most evident example would be when he sent the text. He remembers Makise not bringing soda, and then once he sends the text, there's soda on the table. So I don't know if you caught it, but when he sent the text and there was that little moment of like craziness happening, or not craziness, but there was like something weird was happening. Like he was just standing for 30 seconds.
Yeah,
and didn't
the
move.
screen went pale. Basically, when he transitioned in episode 1, after sending that email to Daru, the screen went pale around him. Like the same thing happened for like a split second to him. Yeah, so
right. And in that transition, there was this number. It was like 0 point something something something, and then when he sent the text, the numbers were like shifting wildly. And if you remember in one of the previous episodes, John Titor, he mentioned the divergence number. So when they showed us that number, it was basically saying, okay, the number's switching because a new universe is being
a new timeline. Yeah.
Yeah, is being jumped to or tapped into.
No, that's true. To go back to the nightmare that you said he was having, it reminded me of Interstellar, because where he was, the voice was saying like, you're not the one moving. Time and space are the one that are moving. It's like you're not in control here. Like you're just being sucked in, and it almost still remind him of repercussion to what he's doing. Like this comes with costs. Like eternity isn't infinite. No, reality has a beginning and an end. And he's like, well, if that's the case, then what's happening to me? Because I'm going through this. Yeah, it's this becoming extremely serious to him, to the point where like his dreams, Christian, like, well, that's just his nightmares are being affected by this. And like you also mentioned the scene in the supermarket, he has evidence because of that IBM 5100 that they've had. They cracked these files. He's seen people die, and he's seen how they decompose. Like people have died doing this. So that's starting to take a crazy toll on him. It's yeah, and I love how the author of this, or the drawers, whoever it is, because that's how these things are done, right? Did they draw this like the anime folks? Or
yeah, this is hand drawn.
Okay. Yeah. I love how we can see him lose the goofiness little by little, because it's like, what? This shit's actually real. And what's more sad, no one else knows what he's going through, because he's the only one that's doing this. Dude, this is almost like ReZero. This is literally like ReZero.
That could be so
lonely, scary,
so incredibly lonely, so incredibly scary, because when you are now aware of the fact that there are different timelines, we talked about this in Dark Matter, like that completely changes how you live your life from that moment on. Like that gives you access to knowledge that you shouldn't have.
Right.
And
right.
So when I would imagine every single moment of your life in the back of your mind, you'd be like, well, there's other possibilities, there's other realities out there, but I'm stuck in this one. It's just, it can send you into disarray, I would imagine, in many scenarios.
Of course.
You're aware of something that
you're not supposed to.
You're not supposed to be aware. Yeah.
There's this made my top 10 now. Silo, Apple TV. There's a quote. This guy who's seeking knowledge, Christian, but that the same thing is happening here. That knowledge comes with a cost. About the silo, about who built it, why we're here, and his mother told him, son, please let it go. You need to understand that there's peace in the unknown. I was like, bro, like, yes, because yeah, knowledge is a curse, especially what we're saying. Well, the type of knowledge that these folks are seeking, what he was and Silo and what Okarin and the crew is digging deep into now, especially him, right? Like that's just you're not supposed to know these stuff, so it comes with so much, so much fear, because you're seeing how people ended up who've time traveled, dimension traveled, I guess, yeah, time traveled, but create new branch while doing so. It's fucking sick. Yeah, I like it. I like that it's serious. That's one thing I've told you over and over that I hated about the beginning of ReZero. But then again, I guess that's the beginning of anything because they're kids. Like if I find out I can fucking transport through dimensions or time as a kid, I probably would be ecstatic at first, and so I start dying over and over. ReZero, just painful deaths.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And also for the people who haven't like listened to, because there's an episode where we talk more about that. And how, like, in the what's it called? I guess we could call it a novel, the original novel of ReZero. There was more that the author put in, as far as like Subaru coming to terms with the fact that he's in a new world that makes it a little more like believable because he doubts it more. Like it's more of a what the hell is all this? That's not shown in the show to the same degree as it is in the novel. So just so people know that like we're aware that there's just things that were omitted from the anime. But, yeah.
No, it's fucking sick. Yeah, it is pretty cool. It's moving very swiftly right now, and it's sick. The girl downstairs, man, Suzuha. I don't know. Suzuha, okay. Alright, let me write this down.
She says some weird things, right? She does some weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Why is she so hostile to Makise? Why are things like corn and fireworks? Why is this new to her?
A beef bowl was the first time she had a beef bowl in her life. She's like, oh, yeah, as they were eating, like this is like extremely strange, but like, I guess it is what it is. I don't know. And
why is she saying like this is what the young kids are saying these days? You are a young kid.
Oh, that's yes. Ooh, Christian, that's so funny that's literally what I was gonna say.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
what the fuck are you talking about? And how startled she was. It's almost like she okay, when Okarin is just battling all of this is a crazy internal conflict. Like, oh my goodness, this is what the fuck. Nobody can remember what just happened. The same way a few days ago. It's not a few days. What was it? Because we have time. They're on August 3rd, but the first episode took place. How long has it been?
August 2nd, I think. Oh, you mean the very first episode?
Yeah, the first time he jumped. Jumper. No, it's cool. I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, they said in the very beginning of episode 6.
Yeah.
It was like, it's been 5 days, I think, since the satellite crashed.
Yeah. Okay. It was July 29th.
Okay.
But the text was received on July 24th. Oh, it's only been like 4 days. Okay, so we're on August 3rd right now. Right. So after he found out all that, and he's coming to terms with the fact that people don't remember the past, this is a second occurrence, this is strange, he's puzzled. He looks like he's seen a ghost. Did you see her reaction? Like, Suzuha literally, like, ran, grabbed him, threw him on the bench, look at his eyes.
Oh, the brainwashing.
Yeah. Be like, okay,
Yeah.
you haven't been chipped. You're good. But it's like, like, where's this coming from? Like, why are you so startled? I don't know, man. But I like the mystery. There's so much with these two women. Like Suzuha and what's the other woman's name? Who? Mohika. Yes. When John Titor is talking at the end, and when he's saying no one has been able to retain their memories across Worldline, they show her as he's saying that. And retain memories. She's been taking pictures. You're constantly taking pictures of things you want to remember, I'm assuming. This is like, is she aware that I'm about to forget? So I need to document this? Is this Memento? Is this my favorite movie of all time? Can she not make new memories? But I don't know.
Why is she so interested in the IBN?
Why is she so interested? Right. Until now, we know that IBN has one purpose: help decode CERN's interdepartmental messages, right? Because they've made sure to like keep those like coded. Of course, those are top secret information that people shouldn't be privy to who aren't in the to know. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it doesn't. Actually, it's unraveling fucking sick. I don't know. Things are swifting through nicely, and homeboy's going through it. Damn. So nobody remembers. But Christian, the girl peeped that. Makise was like, Okabe, were you able to send that text to? Oh yeah, our girl / boy is back. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. It's like, huh. So that I don't get. He didn't get the text himself. I understand the past changed. So that now means when the past does change.
Oh, he did get the text himself. Like,
He,
he got the text, and then he told Ruka, these are lucky numbers, go play them. And then Ruka messed up the one number that
Wait.
he was supposed to play.
how do you know? Are they gonna show us what? Is this a spoiler? Like, how do you know that's how it unfolded?
And that's what they say in the episode. Like, they say, that's why, because you remember when Ruka comes in?
That's what
and
Ruka said.
Yeah, he says, I'm sorry, Okarin. You told me to
Right.
play these numbers, and I messed up the one
Right.
number.
That I get. I'm aware of that, but that wasn't the initial plan because
Well-
he can't remember that past.
Well, no, it was, because it's, because he sent himself a text in the past, right? So in the past, whether it's like 4 or 5 days ago, he told Ruka to use the numbers he got the text from as lucky numbers.
Right.
So, yeah. Does that make
I understand. No, I understand that he did that, but that wasn't the plan. He handed the phone to 005. Okay, I'm just gonna write her name down. The new woman,
Moika.
Moika. All right, Moika's getting written up there. Right. He handed her the phone and said, "Hey, send this to me. Like, this is your first task. Task number 1. Send my phone. Send me an email to play the lottery number." Right.
Right.
That's all we know until
Right.
he snapped back in. He's like, "You guys don't remember that we just did this?" They're like, "No, what are you talking about? We were trying to decide what to do." And then like Roku comes in, Roka, yes, and said, "Hey, you told me to play this a week ago." As in,
Yeah.
the plan was never like, we didn't know, us the viewers watching, that the plan is send it to me and I'll give it to Ruka. Jesus Christ.
Well, that's where the fact that they're limited by 36 characters comes in, because like it could be that Moika sent him a text that said play these lottery numbers.
Right.
So Okarin, he gets this text, and it's like there's nothing that says he has to be the one to go play it. So he could have got the message, and then he could be like, well, I mean, maybe Ruka is out there shopping right now. Let me quickly text him and say, hey, play these numbers. Like it could have been that kind of scenario that we could just infer that there's different ways the number could have been played. It doesn't
Okay.
have to be like Okarin plays it specifically.
Okay. John Titor keeps mentioning, well, not keeps, because this is a breakthrough now at the end of this episode. Like, yeah, you're the first person to retain memories from the other world line. Does that mean the other folks who have done this unsuccessfully, their minds have just been completely blank?
Yeah, so this is actually probably
A spoiler?
no. This is a good point to end. I think this is probably the last main thing that happened.
Yeah.
The last main question of like, because right now with the information we're given, Titor's phrasing it in a way where it seems like Okarin is like a chosen one.
Right.
So, but when you look at how he was explaining the way things work, like, we don't, right now we can't say that switching a world line is considered saving another one, right? Like, well, I guess to specifically answer the part that you were talking about, I don't think the people that went back in time, I don't think we know for sure if they had memories, or like if they would have remembered things. Is that like the question you were asking?
No, what I'm trying to ask, how is that not the norm? Like, if I leave my timeline and create another one, I should remember everything from the timeline I'm coming from. Like, how is that, like, how is he like, oh, you're chosen for remembering? No one's able to travel to another dimension and remember, but it's like, shouldn't that be the norm? Like, I was there. I should remember that timeline I was in.
Well, because what would be like, because then why would Makise and Daru not remember too?
That's the thing, because they didn't, right, them I understand. I have no issues. I understand because they didn't travel. When he created that new branch just have them put there minus whatever he did prior to travel into another dimension. In this case, what he did was actually a lot changed, right? Yeah, their whole past changed for the other people, because like we saw, right, there's the Dr. Peppers now on the table. They were just discussing that what should we do to what should we send back, as in it. Yeah, there's a lot of changes for people who don't switch, as in whatever that new dimension is. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, like, because it is Okarin shouldn't be remembering these things. Like, it's an anomaly for him to even be aware, because like of the millions and billions of people that exist on one world line to switch to another world line. Like, I'm trying to think of how I could
No, I
word
understand.
why it's an anomaly.
I understand. Yeah, John Titor's thing. Yeah, I understand now. The divergence number, explain that perfectly. How if you kill, if you travel, if you do something and you're going back to undo it, you will erase your original world line and move forward in that second one. So for that reason, his memory should only be of the second world line, not the first that he's coming from.
Right, and
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, and I guess like another thing in question is like, what is the act of him pressing send on a text? Like, does that mean whoever is pressing send becomes the one who goes to the other world line? And like, we still don't have answers to those specific questions.
Right. Yeah. That's another thing too. The other experiments, the banana is not phone related, but the other ones when they were trying like your airhead, like they sent that prior, right? Like they sent the text and then they started that.
Mm-hmm.
But for the ones where he's affected, he sends a text as the freaking microwave is like just going crazy.
And also, the experiments so far, like with CERN and with the banana, things are being sent back in time.
Right.
But for Okarin, it's like a lateral movement. He's not going back in time. He's going like to a different world line. So that's still unknown why that's happening for him, and that's why Titor was like, he might be just special.
Yeah, you're him. Yeah. It's Steins Gate has chosen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I see it now, Christian. I see it. Yeah. I fucking see it. Yeah, we got some clever. Yeah, last thing, we got some clever wording, of course, like he always does. When he found out that the airhead thing is not a compliment in America, and he was like that vile little minx and her infertile insults. We're like, how is that infertile? You're flipping right now. It did give birth to you fucking being upset. It is a quite fertile insult because they got a reaction out of you, but it's hilarious. Like, yo, it's funny. And Daru's like, you're just figuring this shit out now. No, that was funny. That's funny. Yeah, Okarin never ceased to fucking amaze us. But yeah, it feels like shit was fucking covered thoroughly, actually.
Yeah. So any final words, final thoughts?
So they're Makise, Okarin, Daru, Mayuri, Suzuha, Moyeka, and Rukaku.
I think it's Ruka. Ruka or Rukia. I think it's Ruka.
Okay. All right, cool. That's pretty much it. I have nothing else. It's been real.
Till next time. See ya.
Till next time. Bye. Going to sleep. I'm actually going to sleep.